Hey Soul Fam, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to chat a little bit about Akashic Records, of course, but also about creating a container of safety, a container of open energy, and how I do that in my readings and how that kind of looks. And that might be very different for every reader, and maybe not every reader feels that they need to do that, but I feel it's important, especially with the training I've gotten as a meditation and breathwork coach, to create a little bit of space and anchor the session in this very harmonious and open energy. And Akashic record readings can be very emotional, and they can bring up a lot of things from our past, but also bring up a lot of just emotions and feelings. And to me, it's very important for the person that's getting a reading from me to feel safe and to really feel like I'm holding space for them. So let's get right into the video. Creating a container within any spiritual practice or reading can be so important, because that can literally give you the space and anchor the energy in order for that session to be successful and for that person to feel safe and open up in a way that really helps you have a successful reading and really help them as much as you can. Something I really like to make sure people understand, and through this video I think I'm going to try to put that forward in the best way that I can. Something I really want to make sure that's very clear is, as Akashic record readers, you depend a lot on the person that's coming to you to have open energy. If their energy isn't open, if they're scared, if they're holding back, if they feel unsafe, the reading's not going to be the best that it can be, and it's not going to bring up those things that we need to look at so the person can heal and let go of it. So if the person's holding back in any way or feels unsafe with you as a reader, that reading is not going to be the best, and it's not going to be the most healing session that it can be. So the way I like to kind of create this space within a reading is by how I start my reading. I get readings from people all the time that I don't know. Most of the people I do readings for, I don't know them. I don't have their background. I have no idea who they are. And I like it that way. I like to make sure I don't know anything, because that shows even more how powerful the Akashic records are when things start to come up and I've never heard their name. Like, I don't know who they are. And the idea here is that we need to anchor and create a space for that person to feel safe. And obviously confidentiality is a huge part of readings, and now that my sister and I, through the Soul Tribe Academy, have started to teach level 2, which is reading other people's Akashic records, this is a huge part of the manual that we've channeled, and such an important part that we need to respect as readers. Like, we can't play around with that. It is important, and the information, even if it's recorded, that person only has access to it. The person knowing that and understanding that and feeling safe with you can make a huge difference, especially when you're starting out as a reader. It can be quite nerve-wracking, and you feel like you might do something wrong, and it's kind of scary. Like, I remember my first readings, even though they were free, I wanted to do the best job that I could, and I always felt like, oh no, what if I say something wrong, or this is not right? And it's like, you need to move away from that. But move away from overthinking what you're going to say and making sure that that person feels safe. My process has changed throughout the years, and now it's a lot about first, greeting the person on the call and making sure that they, see my energy and can read my energy. And a lot of times these videos can help people also understand that. So I send videos to people. I said, hey, make sure you check out this, what are the Akashic records video, or how to prepare for an Akashic record. So they can see that, and they already feel my energy through a video, which I think is great. But not all the time will they watch a video. So when I get on the call, I want to make sure that they see my energy and that I'm very calm and that I'm here to help them and that I understand them, and I'm going to try to understand them in the best way, and that the reading isn't about judging. The Akashic records never judge. So we'll start off with a little greet, and then I will explain the session, because especially if it's your first reading, it can be kind of daunting, and people go into them very anxious. People can be very anxious and really kind of waiting to, what am I going to hear? I don't know what's going to happen. Like, how does this work? So by you already laying the foundation of explaining what that reading is going to look like, and this is going to be a very short 2 to 5 minute explanation and how channeling works and what they can expect from it, like, automatically allows them to kind of calm down and recalibrate their energy and understand that there's nothing to fear. And it started raining here. Uh-oh. I'll keep going. You guys might hear a little bit of the rain, but that's all right. So the idea here is that by you explaining that process, they're going to be able to be like, okay, let me just sit back, let me listen to what she's saying. They're able to feed off of my energy and see where I'm coming from and what I'm explaining and what kind of channel I am. And then I walk them through a little bit of breath work and intention setting. And intention setting is something I'm going to do a whole video on. I think it's such an important part of you becoming a reader, but with any spiritual practice, and it can make the difference of you getting a very clear message and you letting your ego get in the way. Basically what I do is just do a little bit of breath work, guide them through a few breath techniques depending on the session, and just kind of getting grounded in your body and connecting to your body in the present moment. Because a lot of us are just thinking, what's going to happen? What's going to be said? What's going to go on? I don't know. I'm nervous. And a lot of people will go on the call and say, I'm nervous. And I'll calm them down and say, hey, it's okay. I still get nervous when I get a reading from somebody else. And it's so natural. It's like, okay, it's okay to be nervous, but you're not going to hear anything that's going to hurt you. Everything here today in the session is going to be about you healing and understanding yourself and your path. That's it. Nothing less, nothing more. And I think that also helps us understand it, because if you've never had a reading before, it could be a little scary. Like, what if I did something wrong and they're going to like point their finger at me? It's like, no. That's not how the energy works at all with a reading. I don't know about other readings, but not Akashic Records. So after the breath work and just doing a little bit of inhaling, exhaling, and very kind of intentional with it, I set my intention to assist the person the best way I can. That usually isn't, I do that in my head, and I've already done that before the session as well, but I do it with them as well. And then I ask the person to also set their intention to ground and anchor that session in whatever thing that they like, whatever it is that they need. So they either say that out loud or in their head, or they feel it through their body. And that also helps kind of not only become more present in the session, but they're like, okay, I'm here for a reason. I'm doing this for a reason. I need something out of this. So it's kind of like a lot of that fear and that worry can dissipate a little bit, and they're like, they're present with you and you've gone through that together, and that creates the energy in the container for you to start channeling. So after that, I'll generally just open the Akashic Records and start channeling and recording, and everybody that does a reading with me will receive a recording of their session, because I think there's just so much information that comes through a reading. It's hard to retain it. It kind of helps you be able to listen back to it and connect with the information. Sometimes you'll have more realizations. There's things that during the reading that you can't really connect with, but after you're like, oh wow, that makes sense. Like, I get that now. There are many ways that you can ground, connect, and allow that person in that session with you to feel safe. But I try to do that in a very quick and concise fashion. I don't want to be taking up 10 minutes of their time when I have an hour to channel for them. Usually it's an hour long. The idea here is that you're allowing them to see your energy, to feel safe with you. And then when that happens, the person you're doing a reading for, or if you're getting a reading, you automatically just kind of let your guard down a little bit. And what I tell people in a reading, it's like, there's nothing you really need to worry about. It's more about you keeping your energy open, feeling safe, feeling calm and serene, and feeling comfortable in the reading. And if you can feel that way during a reading, then I'm going to be successful in my job as a channeler, and for you to really receive the information that you need. That's my duty, that's my responsibility, and that's what I'm there for. And I take that very, very seriously. And I know it's a responsibility, and I even say that when I send my email out to people. It's a huge responsibility, and I try to do the best that I can. You know, I don't drink alcohol before a reading. I make sure I get rest. I meditate, and I do my breath work before a reading. All time that I put into helping that person. I want to make sure that it is successful. So if you're coming to me and you're nervous, I want to make sure that you're not that way, because by you having that open energy, I'm going to be able to receive for you. There are instances where people do come and they test you, and I haven't had many of those, maybe just one. And they'll try to test you and see if what you're saying to them is right or wrong, or if I'm quote unquote messing up. And, you know, in that I'm like, I'm not there to prove anything to anybody. I'm there to help you. And if you're open to me helping you through the Akashic Records and channeling, I'm here, I'm open, I'm available to you. I always like to say that, and I think my teacher made that so clear to me, and made sure that I wasn't in that role of trying to prove anything to anybody. I'm a channel. If you've been called to my energy, it's for a reason, and I'm not here to force you to get a reading. It's not what it's about. It's about you feeling comfortable, receiving the messages, healing, and then going about your day and your life, and connecting with your purpose and your mission, and feeling aligned in that, in yourself, and loving yourself unconditionally. So I hope this information kind of gives you an idea of how important it is for us if we're either reading for somebody or we're getting a reading ourselves, to feel comfortable. So if at any point you're getting a reading from somebody and you don't feel safe, maybe tell them, look, I'm a little nervous, I'm not sure, like, how does this work? Maybe have them explain that to you if that's what you feel you need. You're getting a service, you're receiving energetic information, you deserve for that person to take time for you to really understand what's going on. So empower yourself. You know, I always remember this through some other trainings I did. It's, you know, this is your reading. This is your information. Like, make that reading whatever you need it to be. And I try to make sure that the person feels open with me, because that's how it's going to be successful and amazing and healing, especially healing. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to be coming back every week with new videos with topics about the Akashic Records, spirituality, connection, flower essences, a whole range of stuff. Make sure you subscribe, but also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any new videos that come up. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.